In this particular video, I discuss set of 10 questions on C programming. Just after each question, try to pause the video and try to answer yourself. And after that, compare your answer with my answer. Now, the first question is explain comma operator. So, comma operator is evaluated from left to right, and the result of the rightmost expression is assigned to left hand side. Most of the students, they think that this is comma operator. No, see here, actually we have used comma operator. So in this particular program, memory will be allocated to A, B, and C. Now comma operator is evaluated from left to right. So A equal to 5. So 5 will go to A. Then the control will come here. B equal to 6. 6 will go to B. Then the control will come to A plus B, that is 6 plus 5, 11. So this is the rightmost expression. The result of the rightmost expression is assigned to left-hand side. So that is 6 plus 5, 11. That will be assigned to C. Printf percentage DC, you will get the output 11. You will get the output 11. Can we apply modulus operator on floating point number? Modulus is an arithmetic operator represented by percentage symbol. It gives actually reminder. It gives actually reminder. Modulus operator cannot be applied on floating point numbers. But there is a mathematical function called fmod. There is a mathematical function called fmod which gives reminder of two floating point numbers. Which gives reminder of two floating point numbers. So when it comes to modulus operator, we can apply on integers. So 10 modulus 3. So is 1. The remainder is 1. Minus 10 modulus 3 is minus 1. 10 modulus minus 3 is plus 1. Minus 10 modulus minus 3 is minus 1. The moral of the story, sign of the result is always sign of the numerator. Here the sign of the result is always sign of the numerator. Now if you take 3 modulus 10, so 3 numerator and 10 denominator, 0 point. After this decimal point, it will truncate. 10 into 0 is 0. 3 minus 0 is 3. 3 is the remainder. So because integer division truncates the fractional part. Means when numerator is integer and denominator is integer, it is called integer division. It truncates the fractional part. That is why you don't get like 0 point something. So after point, it will be truncated. So you get the answer as 3. What's the output of the following program? So memory will be allocated to I. Enter value for I. So think of the scenario. I have entered 24. Now because of scanf statement, 24 will go and sit in I. 24 will go and sit in I. Now observe here very carefully. If I equal to 5, it is not double equal to, it is single equal to. There is a lot of difference between single equal to and double equal to. Single equal to is called assignment operator. Double equal to is called comparison operator or equality operator. So when you use single equal to, this 5 will be assigned to I. So this 24 will be replaced and it will get a value 5. Now the value of I is 5. Now then this expression will be simplified like this. If I, what is the value of I? 5. So if 5, if 5. Now 5 is a non-zero value. 5 is a non-zero value. Non-zero value is considered as true. True means which part will be executed? If part will be executed. So you get the output. You entered 5. You entered 5. So whatever value you enter, you get the message, you entered 5. Here, compiler will not throw any error message or any warning message, because here what this compiler requires is one operator. It doesn't have a brain to judge whether they're equal to should come or equal to should come. So these type of errors are called logical errors. They are very dangerous errors actually, because nobody will be there to warn you. Next program. What is the output of the following program? Int I, memory will be allocated to I, enter value for I. This message will display onto the screen. I enter 20. So 20 will go and sit in I. Now, if I equal to 5, so 20 will be replaced with 5. Here semicolon is there. Semicolon is there. Semicolon acts as a statement in C language, and it is called do nothing statement. Do nothing statement. So if you observe syntax of if else, I explained this in one of my previous videos. That is decision control statements. So if you have any doubt with how if else works, go to that particular video. So decision control statements like that I have made on video. In that video, I have explained the syntax of if else. So here, if the condition is true, execute one statement. The syntax of if else is, if the condition is true, execute one statement, else execute another statement. That is in the else part. Now semicolon is considered as a statement. So here what will happen, if the condition is true, execute semicolon. Semicolon is considered as a statement. So now what is the next expectation according to syntax? See, here I just round off this if is matching with this if, and this condition I equal to 5, so that is matching with this condition. Now execute one statement, that is semicolon. Now what is the next expectation? Else. But what is there here? Printf. So it will throw error message misplaced else. It will throw error message misplaced else. It is looking for else, but else is not there. Instead of else, printf is available. So that is why it will throw the error message misplaced else. Explain ternary operator. Ternary operator is also called conditional operator. So ternary operator is also called conditional operator. It is represented like this: question mark and colon. Okay, question mark and colon. This is my question mark. So question mark and colon. So expression 1 will be evaluated. We will see the syntax. If expression 1 results in true value, it will go to expression 2. By chance, if expression 1 results in false value, it will go to expression 3. If expression 1 results in true, it will go to expression 2. If expression 1 results in false, it will go to expression 3. Now, let us discuss one small program here. Int a comma b comma big. Memory will be allocated to A, memory will be allocated to B, and memory will be allocated to big. Now A equal to 10, 10 will go to A, B equal to 45, 45 will go to B, big equal to A greater than B. This is expression 1, and expression 2 is A, expression 3 is B. Now A greater than B. So 10 greater than 45, condition is false. So it will go to expression 3. So this B will be assigned. Okay. So this B will be assigned to big. So what is there in B? 45. 45 will be assigned to big. Now larger of two numbers equal to this percentage D corresponds to what is there in big, that is 45. So you get the message like this: larger of two numbers equal to 45, and because of slash and the cursor will go to next line. So larger of two numbers equal to 45. Explain symbolic constants. So it is very simple. So hash define pi. So this pi is called as the symbolic constant. So normally symbolic constants we write in uppercase. So wherever pi is there, it will be replaced with 3.1412. So how much you are explained? So this everybody will explain, but you should explain it slightly, okay, more, or you should explain it in a different way so that interviewer will be impressed because of your answer. So you tell, sir, imagine the scenario. There is no concept called symbolic constant. So then I used 3.1412 in 100 places. Tomorrow, client will come and tell, change 3.1412 to 3.1413. Then I need to do change in 100 places. I need to go to all the 100 places and do the change. I have done the change in 99 places, but I have forgotten to do the change in one place. So this will lead to logical error. This will lead to logical error. Nobody will be there to warn. So I already explained logical errors are the most dangerous errors on the planet Earth. So symbolic constants play a very important role in eliminating logical errors. So this, if you tell this answer, so interviewer will come to know you have analyzed. Okay, so even practical, from practical point of view, okay, so you have analyzed the subject. What do you mean by keyword? So keywords are also called reserve words. Their meaning has already explained to the compiler so that programmer doesn't have any luxury to assign a new meaning to it. So how many keywords are there in C language? 32 keywords. So 32 keywords are there in C language. You can give some example like auto, int, register, float, enum, struct, union, and this much answer everybody will tell. You slightly add some more points to it. Apart from 32 keywords, there are some keywords specific to compiler. So these keywords are called extended keywords. ANSI committee has made a rule that extended keywords should start with 2 underscore. But most of the compiler manufacturers are not following this particular rule. Some of the extended keywords are underscore underscore ASM, underscore underscore far, underscore underscore near. So these are some of the examples of, okay, so extended keywords. Explain break statement with suitable example. Break statement is used to take the control out of the loop. Whenever you use break statement within the loop, it is used to take the control out of the loop. So let us analyze this particular program. X is 4. Memory will be allocated to X and the value of X is 4, and Y, so it is 0, while X greater than or equal to 0. 4 greater than or equal to 0 condition is true. It enters the loop. If X equal to Y, 4 equal to 0, condition is false. It will go to else part and print the value, that is 4, 0. X minus minus 4 will be decremented to 3. Y plus plus 0 will be incremented to 1. Again, while X greater than or equal to 0, 3 greater than or equal to 0 condition is true. It enters if X equal to Y, that is 3 equal to 1, condition is false. So it will go to else part and print 3 and 1. X minus minus 3 will become 2. Y plus plus 1 will become 2. While X greater than or equal to 0, that is 2 greater than or equal to 0, condition is true. It enters if X equal to Y, that is 2 equal to 2, condition is true. So it goes to if part, break. Break takes the control out of the loop. So break takes the control out of the loop. So you get the output 4031. You get the output 4031. Explain continue statement with suitable example. So this is the reverse of break. Break takes the control out of the loop. Continue takes the control to beginning of the loop. Now let us trace this small program. X is 4 and y is 0. While x greater than or equal to 0, 4 greater than or equal to 0, condition is true. It enters the loop. X minus minus 4 will become 3, y plus plus 0 will become 1. If x equal to y, that is 3 equal to 1, condition is false. It will go to else part and print the values of x and y, that is 3 and 1 will be printed. Again, while x greater than or equal to 0, 3 greater than or equal to 0, condition is true. It enters the loop. X minus minus 3 will become 2, y plus plus 1 will become 2. If x equal to y, that is 2 equal to 2, condition is true. Continue. Continue takes the control again to beginning of the loop. So again, x greater than or equal to 0, that is 2 greater than or equal to 0, condition is true. It enters x minus minus 2 will become 1, y plus plus 2 will become 3. If x equal to y, that is 1 equal to 3, condition is false. It will go to else part and print 1 and 3. Again, while x greater than or equal to 0, 1 greater than or equal to 0, condition is true. It enters the loop. X minus minus 1 will become 0, y plus plus 3 will become 4. If x equal to y, 0 equal to 4, condition is false. It will go to else part and print 0 and 4. Again, while x greater than or equal to 0, 0 greater than or equal to 0. 0 is not greater than 0, but 0 is equal to 0. So that is why again the condition is true. It enters the loop. X minus minus 0 will become minus 1. Y plus plus 4 will become 5. If x equal to y, that is minus 1 equal to 5, condition is false. It will go to else part and print minus 1 and 5. Again, while x greater than or equal to 0, minus 1 greater than or equal to 0, condition becomes false, it will come out. So keep in mind, break takes the control out of the loop, continue takes the control to beginning of the loop. What is the output of the following program? Observe carefully, the format specifier is here percentage %C. Percentage %C is used for printing the character, but here it is 100. So what it does is, it prints the ASCII equivalent of 100. So you cannot remember ASCII equivalent of each and every number. So you need not to give the exact output, but you can tell ASCII equivalent of 100. So if the ask in the written text, so there will be an option definitely stating that ASCII equivalent of 100, you tick that particular option. Thank you.